Hello everyone, it's Kay here from Taunton. I know I've been absent without leave, but I am here today. I have been engaged in a private swap, and I have to say I do like private swaps very much because you get to know the person that you're swapping with. You've got them in mind while you're making the things that between you agree to make, and then there's always the surprise element, so that your swap partner has a little something to look forward to by what you've agreed. What we agreed to do for this swap was to make a soft tissue holder out of fabric, a surprise element and an altered spool. So I'll start with the thing that I'm comfortable with, which is the tissue holder. And it really is just a little fabric book like this. Now all I've done basically, if I open it up this way for you, is taken a piece of material, folded it, padded it, lined it with lace, which I'm hoping that the camera will pick up. Used these 3 appliques down through the back, which formulates the spine of the book. Another one to form the front of the book, with this leaf applique, which I really like. This pearl drop to go all the way around, and then when you open it up, you've got a little aperture. You put your full-size tissues inside it, and it becomes something that can either sit on your desktop as it is, and you just pluck your tissues out as and when you need them, or if you want to be proper fancy, you could take this on a walkabout with you and just keep the tissues handy in your bag if you were to be going somewhere special. So it's a nice little thing, very easy to put together, lightweight because my swap partner is international. I don't believe I've mentioned her name as yet, but she's well known amongst quite a few of us English crafters. It's Sillyeels over there in Australia, living on the Gold Coast. I've followed Elaine for some time now. She's a very clever lady, and got to know her just, talking in general and appreciating one another's work, and it just seemed like a fun idea to arrange this swap. I'm not going to put this film up until I know that Elaine's received the package, and that's something that we also have agreed between us. The second item, if I take my dangle off, is an altered spool. Now I've not actually done one of these before, and of the things that I am sending to Elaine, this actually is the one that I'm most worried about, because I haven't done one before. And what I've tried to do is put a theme within the context of the altered spool, and I'm hoping that Elaine will see what I've tried to do. I've just used Hessian with the lace already attached to it. You purchase it that way. I've used a flat back pearl dome and a little roll of beaded pearl just to anchor it off for storage purposes really. Elaine can then do what she will with it. But basically you open it up, and what I have tried to say within this little design piece is that nature is the key to life. So I've got the key, I've got little antique bronze, pretend antique bronze, little embellishments here. A little owl, I know Elaine's very partial to owls, a butterfly to represent little wild things, the ever-ticking clock, which is representative of all our lives and how quickly the seasons and the months change, a little tea, we all need some sustenance, another clock, because for those of us that are governed by time, you do need an alarm clock to let you know that it's time to get up or what have you. And then there's a little wing just at the end here, representative of our feathered friends. The flowers, needless to say, represent nature in all her glory. and I've used some little doodads just to marry all of that up and make it hopefully pleasing to the eye. I've used just an ordinary cardboard spool. I've put some design paper top and bottom. I've reinforced it with extra card. I've used a very, very fine lace around the top, put it from the outside and then folded it in just to add a bit of interest to the spool. A paper flower, some silk roses, which are the rolled roses, but they're bought that way. I've not made them myself. And then as you come to put it all away, you need to be quite forceful with it. And the bottom then of the lace trim just flutes out underneath, and you end up with a nice frilly little something that would look quite attractive sat on your desk or perched up on, oh rot, I've got to stick that down, perched up on, you know, your shelving or whatever. But hopefully Elaine will like that. Just in case she doesn't, I've made a sweetener and it's very much the same theme. It's owls and time and flowers and hearts and butterflies and little bits and pieces. Elaine can then do as she will with this, and you know, if she wants to just attach it to a folder or something like that, she's obviously at liberty to do so. There's the owl, dream, time, a butterfly, the wing, and then a rather tasty owl there at the very end, which I know Elaine will just adore. So that is the dingle dangle, just in case she is disappointed by the spool. Hopefully she'll like that. And then the surprise element of the swap, I've made Elaine one of the sellotape shoes, which I hope she will just adore. I just think they're such fun to do, and it is just the sellotape cast of the shoe. I've used lace, I've used a floral themed napkin. I don't mind that it's a bit rustic and that the creases within the sellotape show. I just think that all adds to the character of the shoe. I've put a faux sole on the bottom. It's my little trademark, which will be my little hearts down the back of the heel. Just little doodads there just to emphasize the draw of the heel. Inside is padded again with tissue and a little pretend insole, and hopefully when Elaine sees it she will have a little giggle to herself and like the prettiness of it. I have included a couple of other bits and pieces, but I'll leave those in the packet for Elaine. And I've also made her this card, which is a crossover card. Inside I've put a little coordinating tag, and in there is just a little note to Elaine, so if she wants to use the card for someone else, she's at liberty to do so, and she can just keep this part for herself. It can be opened or not as Elaine chooses. I've used the Sweet Paris papers and just put a finisher on the back just to break up the plainness of the back. Made this flower from Tim Holtz's Tattered Flowers and put a little coordinating doodad in the centre of the flower. So all in all, I hope that once it hits its destination of the Gold Coast in Australia, Elaine will be delighted to have agreed to this swap with me. So thank you for sharing this with me. As I say, Elaine will have this by the time the film goes out. Well, I better just show the two little bits of doodads that I've done, but there's one special thing then that I'm not sharing with you. That's up to Elaine if she so desires. I've made these little decorative paper clips for her, just little flowers with bits of ribbon and pieces on, and then some bows, again with ribbon and a little flat back pearl. hopefully she'll put them on other projects or other gifts that she's making and make good use of them. So that completes the swap. Thank you very much for sharing this with me. You'll know hopefully by the time this goes to press whether Elaine enjoyed her parcel or not. Thank you very much. Happy crafting everyone. Take care for now. Bye bye.